Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Sham Nassim to you all. And to shed more light on the celebration of Sham Nassim, we are delighted to have with us over the phone the Egyptologist Ahmed Siddiq. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for joining us today on Nile TV International. I would like first you to tell me about the origin of Sham Nassim.
Let me take you back in time to the glamorous land of Egypt.
Yeah.
When we had, unlike today, 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Today we have 4 seasons, right?
Yes.
So in antiquity, in Kemet, we had 3 seasons. In Egyptian, Achet, Teret, Shimu. Just like the English alphabet, it is FGH. That is flood, growth, harvest. And they have a beautiful mnemonic to them you can easily remember. So flood will grow your harvest. So the flood will cause the harvest to grow, right? So flood, grows, harvest.
Mm-hmm.
And the last season, when you are harvesting, that is Shimu. So flood, grows, harvest, and Achet, Teret, Shimu. Then you get Shimu, that is ancient Egyptian for the harvest time.
Okay.
And it is possible, it's arguable that this is the origin of Shem, as we say today. But this is just a theory, and we cannot say it's incontrovertible evidence. And a lot of what we say about Shem and Nassim is in the realm of speculation.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
now,
I can hear you.
Yes, you can hear?
Yes, I can hear you.
So this is Shem and Nassim, or inhaling, or sniffing, or smelling the Nassim.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, in the beauty of the Arabic language, you can get a new sense of Shem. But then we can blend in Shimu with Shem.
Yes,
now,
Mr. Ahmed, I would like you to tell me more about the ancient Egyptians celebrating Sham Nassim.
Right. Since we established that it is not, we don't have solid documentation for the festivity.
Okay.
Let's say that Sham Nassim, at least, all Egyptologists would agree on that. At least Sham Nassim, as we celebrate it today, is in perfect harmony with the festive spirit of the ancient Egyptians.
Okay.
So going out to gardens, promenades along the Nile, felucca rides, to the greenness.
Smelling
all of
the
this is in perfect harmony with the Egyptianness,
yes,
with the math of the ancient Egyptian. And that's why this entices me to recite poetry from the time of the Egyptians, like the time of Ramesses the Great. Here is a poem that you could have enjoyed in a festive time like today. It comes from the Ramesside era, and here we go. I am unto thee like the acre which I have planted with flowers and all manners of sweet-smelling herbs. In the acre is a pool. In the cool of the north wind, there is a lovely place where I love to walk. Thine hands upon mine. My body is content. My heart is glad that we are walking together. It is intoxicating. It's a pomegranate wine to hear your voice. Whenever I see you, it is better to me than food and drink. And given that this, like the hot days and summer is coming, you see, Egyptians are always in love with the north wind, the north breeze. And here, if you are in a garden, even Tutankhamun was keen on the north wind. Let me take you to the Egyptian Museum. When you look at the wishing cup of Tutankhamun, the aromatic rim is inscribed with splendid hieroglyphs. What do these hieroglyphs say? Listen to a poet from ancient Luxor, Thebes. May your Ka, your spirit live. May you spend millions of years, you who love Thebes, sitting with your face to the north wind, your eyes beholding happiness.
Yes.
See, this is reflecting, capturing the moment of such a festive day.
Mr. Ahmed, how about salted fish and coloring eggs in ancient Egypt?
We don't have documentation for coloring the eggs that we would enjoy today, but there are some colored eggs, but not the kind of eggs that we are coloring. You can find, for example, a colored crocodile egg, just completely. But you see, you find all kinds of links, and I can give you an incredible inkling, linking in the twinkling of an eye the past with the present. Also, when you look at the, metaphorically speaking, even literally, embalmed food. Yes, the ancient Egyptians learned how to preserve their food. So they preserve the body for the journey to afterlife, and they preserve the food. So that's well established in ancient Egypt. Yes, it has, of course, doesn't mean the same way we preserve things, but at least that, again, as I said, this is like a continuity. So this is a kind when nature is inviting us, this is a recipe coming from nature for rejuvenation, time to reconnect with nature and enjoy nature.
Okay. And is Sham el-Nessim festival celebrated any other where or just in Egypt?
That's beyond my knowledge, but since we're talking about Egyptian festivities, then we are talking about ancient Egypt and modern Egypt and the continuity. But I don't know.
Okay.
That's a great question. I would like to. I will.
So let's go back to the
ancient.
Let's go back to the ancient Egyptians and how has the celebration of Sham el-Nessim evolved over time in modern Egypt?
I think one of the quintessential moments, I would say, when it comes to celebrating Sham el-Nessim, Christianity, for example, and the timing, the coincidence with Easter, the holiday, which is a resurrection of Jesus Christ. So that gives it more significance, even though it's a feast for all the Egyptians, and it unites all the Egyptians from all walks of life and from all faiths. But this Christian Coptic aspect gives it more meaning, more significance, and it shows that it has to do with rejuvenation, rebirth, resurrection, renewal. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I love, like a good ancient Egyptian, I love the lotus flower, and this is the finest example of a flower of rebirth and resurrection. Because lotus for the Egyptian, first of all, lotus had an aroma of romance, that when you inhale, it heals what ails you. You sniff it and you are inebriated, altered state of being. So this is lotus. And lotus in Egyptian is Sishin. And that gave us the word Susan and Southern, Susanna. So Susan is an ancient Egyptian word that comes from lotus. You know, in the wee small hours it opened and later in the day it closed. That gave us the rebirth and resurrection. And when you look at the petals and the shape of the flower, it is like the sun emerging from this flower. So in the Egyptian cosmogony, the Egyptian myth, the sun rose from a giant lotus blossom.
Okay, Mr. Ahmed, what symbols or imaginary were asserted with Sham el-Nessim in ancient Egypt?
Can you
I want you to tell me more about the drawings on the temples associated with Sham el-Nessim.
Well, that would be speculation, but when you look at the bounty, the cornucopia, the wealth, the profusion of food in ancient Egyptian tombs and temples, you will find a reflection of what we have today. Because what is Sham el-Nessim is all about, right? It's celebration, festivity, banqueting, right? The joys of life, the harvest. So it's a time to celebrate this God-given gift. Remember, the Nile had already given us its gift. That was the first season. We had the growth, and now it's the harvest. So what happens? You are enjoying that gift. The lovely alluvium that made Egypt grow. And throughout Egyptian history, the Egyptian had to find out when the Nile was about to flow and to bring the mud and the silt for the lifeblood. The Egyptian had a clue. It came out of the blue, and it was through all the way through. And that is the rise of Sirius. So
Mr. Ahmed Siddiq, Egyptologist, thank you very much for joining us today on Nile TV International. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of Cairo Local Time today. Stay tuned for more to come on Nile TV International. I'm Abil Mitwali.